Have you ever left a job interview feeling confident, only to receive a rejection email days later? Today, I'll take you inside the interview room and show you how HR professionals evaluate candidates, the answers that impress interviewers, and the mistakes that could cost you the job. Let's go through the 10 HR interview questions you're most likely to face and, more importantly, how to answer them professionally. You'll discover why interviewers ask these questions, what they're really assessing, and practical techniques to help you respond with confidence. The good news is that interview success is a skill you can develop. With the right preparation, you can stand out from other candidates and significantly improve your chances of getting hired. Let's begin. Question 1. Tell me about yourself. This is usually the first question in an interview. Many candidates think it's an invitation to tell their life story. It isn't. Why HR asks this question? Interviewers want to know whether you can introduce yourself professionally, communicate clearly, and explain why you're a suitable candidate. They're assessing communication skills, confidence, career progression, relevance to the role, a professional structure. Keep your answer in 3 parts. Present. Who are you today? Past. What experience brought you here? Future. Why are you interested in this role? Example. Answer. I am an HR professional with over 5 years of experience in recruitment, employee relations, and performance management. During my previous role, I helped improve recruitment turnaround time and supported several employee engagement initiatives. I'm now looking for an opportunity where I can contribute my experience while continuing to develop professionally. Notice how the answer is concise, relevant, and focused on the job. Common mistake. Don't start with, "I was born," or describe your entire educational history. Keep the answer relevant to the position. Question 2. Why do you want this job? This question is not really about the company, it's about your motivation. Why? HR asks this question. Interviewers want to know, have you researched the organization? Are you genuinely interested? Will you stay long enough to add value? A strong answer should include why you admire the organization, why the role matches your skills, how you intend to contribute. Example answer. I'm interested in this opportunity because it aligns with my experience and career goals. I've also learned about your organization's commitment to innovation and employee development, and I believe my skills in problem solving and teamwork would allow me to contribute positively while continuing to grow professionally. Common mistake. Avoid saying, "I just need a job," or "the salary is good." Even if those things matter, employers want to hear why you're interested in their organization. Question 3. Why should we hire you? This is where many interviews are won or lost. Why HR asks this question. Interviewers want to know whether you understand your strengths, your value, why you're different from other candidates. A good answer should explain your skills, your experience, your achievements, the value you'll bring. Example answer. You should hire me because I combine relevant experience with a strong commitment to continuous learning. Throughout my career, I've consistently met performance expectations, worked well with diverse teams, and looked for opportunities to improve processes. I believe these qualities would allow me to contribute positively to your organization from the start. Common mistake. Never answer, "Because I'm hardworking." Everyone says that. Instead, prove it with examples. HR Insider Perspective number 1. Here's something many candidates don't realize. Interviewers are not simply comparing your answers, they're comparing your ability to communicate your value. 2 candidates may have similar qualifications. The one who explains their experience clearly, confidently, and with relevant examples usually has the advantage. Remember, an interview is not only a test of your knowledge, it's also a demonstration of your communication skills, confidence, and professionalism. Interview tip. Before every interview, prepare answers to the first 3 questions and practice saying them aloud. Preparation builds confidence, and confidence helps you communicate more naturally during the interview. End of part 1. Coming up in part 2. What are your strengths? What is your greatest weakness? Tell me about a difficult situation at work. Plus, another HR insider perspective that reveals what interviewers often notice before you even finish answering. Question 4. What are your greatest strengths? This question gives you the opportunity to explain what makes you valuable to the organization. However, many candidates either exaggerate or give generic answers that don't set them apart. Why HR asks this question. Interviewers want to understand what you believe your strongest qualities are. whether those strengths match the requirements of the job. If you have the self-awareness to recognize where you add value. How to answer professionally. Choose 2 or 3 strengths that are directly relevant to the role. Don't simply list them, support each one with a brief example. Example. Answer. One of my greatest strengths is problem solving. In my previous role, I identified a delay in our recruitment process and proposed a new tracking system that reduced hiring time. I also pride myself on being organized and working well with teams, which has helped me deliver projects on time. Notice that the candidate doesn't just claim to be a problem solver, they provide evidence. Common mistake. Avoid listing too many strengths or using vague words like hardworking, honest, friendly. Instead, explain how your strengths have helped you achieve results. Question 5. What is your greatest weakness? This is one of the questions candidates fear the most. The interviewer isn't looking for perfection. They're looking for honesty, self-awareness, and a willingness to improve. Why HR asks this question? HR wants to know. Can you recognize areas where you need to improve? Are you actively developing yourself? Do you take responsibility for your professional growth? How to answer professionally. Choose a genuine weakness that doesn't prevent you from performing the job, then explain what you're doing to improve it. Example. Answer. Earlier in my career, I found it difficult to delegate tasks because I wanted everything done perfectly. Over time, I've learned that trusting team members, providing clear expectations, and offering support leads to better teamwork and improved productivity. This answer demonstrates growth rather than weakness. Common mistake. Never say, "I don't have any weaknesses." Everyone has areas for improvement. Avoid turning a strength into a fake weakness, such as, "I work too hard." Most interviewers have heard this many times and may see it as insincere. Question 6. Tell me about a difficult situation at work and how you handled it. This is a behavioral interview question. The interviewer wants evidence of how you've responded to real workplace challenges. Why HR asks this question? They want to assess your ability to solve problems, stay calm under pressure, communicate professionally, learn from experience. The STAR method. A simple way to structure your answer is the STAR method. Situation. Briefly describe the context. Task. Explain your responsibility. Action. Describe what you did. Result. Share the outcome and what you learned. Example. Answer. In my previous role, 2 departments disagreed over project deadlines, causing delays. My responsibility was to help coordinate communication. I organized a meeting, clarified responsibilities, and agreed on a realistic timeline with both teams. As a result, the project was completed successfully, and communication between the departments improved. Notice that the answer focuses on actions and results rather than blaming others. Common mistake. Don't spend most of your answer describing the problem. The interviewer is more interested in what you did and what happened because of your actions. HR Insider, perspective number 2. Here's an important insight from an HR perspective. Many candidates believe interviews are designed to expose weaknesses. In reality, interviews are designed to reduce hiring risk. Every question helps the interviewer answer one important question. Can we trust this person to perform well in this role? That's why examples are so powerful. Real examples provide evidence. General statements do not. Whenever possible, support your answers with achievements, measurable results, or specific workplace experiences. Interview tip. Before your interview, think of 5 workplace situations where you solved a problem, worked in a team, resolved a conflict, took initiative, achieved a positive result. You'll be surprised how often these examples can be adapted to answer different interview questions. End of part 2. Transition to part 3. So far, we've covered the first 6 interview questions that employers ask most frequently. In part 3, we'll explore: why are you leaving your current job? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Tell me about a time you worked in a team. You'll also discover another HR insider perspective that explains why many qualified candidates lose opportunities because of how they answer these questions, not because of their experience. Question 7. Why are you leaving your current job? This question often makes candidates uncomfortable, especially if they've had a difficult experience at work. However, your answer can reveal a lot about your professionalism. Why HR asks this question, interviewers want to understand your reason for moving, whether you're leaving professionally, if you're likely to become dissatisfied quickly, how you speak about previous employers. They're also assessing your attitude and emotional maturity. How to answer professionally. Focus on what you're moving towards rather than what you're trying to escape. Positive reasons include career growth, learning opportunities, new challenges, better alignment with your long-term goals. Example. Answer. I've learned a great deal in my current role, and I'm grateful for the opportunities I've had. At this stage of my career, I'm looking for greater opportunities to develop my skills, take on more responsibility, and contribute to an organization where I can continue growing professionally. This answer is positive, respectful, and future-focused. Common mistake. Never criticize your current or former employer during an interview. Avoid statements like, "My manager was terrible," or "The company was disorganized." Even if your experience was difficult, speaking negatively can make interviewers wonder how you'll speak about their organization in the future. Question 8. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Many candidates think HR expects a perfect career plan. That's not the purpose of the question. Why HR asks this question. Interviewers want to know, do you have career goals? Are your goals realistic? Does this role fit into your long-term development? Are you likely to stay and grow with the organization? How to answer professionally. Show ambition without sounding unrealistic. Talk about developing your expertise, taking on greater responsibility, continuing to learn, contributing to organizational success. Example. Answer. In 5 years, I hope to have developed deeper expertise in my profession, taken on greater responsibilities, and contributed to meaningful organizational results. I'm also committed to continuous learning and would like to grow into leadership opportunities as my experience develops. This answer demonstrates ambition while remaining practical. Common mistake. Avoid answers like, "I haven't really thought about it," or "I want your job." Interviewers appreciate candidates who have direction and realistic aspirations. Question 9. Tell me about a time you worked in a team. Very few jobs are performed entirely alone. That's why teamwork remains one of the most common interview topics. Why HR asks this question. Interviewers are assessing whether you can collaborate effectively, respect different opinions, resolve disagreements professionally, contribute to shared goals. Use the STAR method again. Structure your answer using situation, task, action. Result example. Answer. Our team was assigned a project with a very tight deadline. My responsibility was to coordinate communication between departments and monitor progress. We held brief daily meetings, resolved issues quickly, and supported one another throughout the project. As a result, we completed the project ahead of schedule and received positive feedback from management. Notice that the answer highlights both individual contribution and team success. Common mistake. Don't make yourself the hero of every story. Interviewers want to know how you contributed to the team's success, not whether you took all the credit. HR Insider Perspective number 3. Here's something many candidates never realize. Interviewers are listening for patterns, not just answers. Across the interview, they're asking themselves questions like, does this person communicate clearly? Do they take responsibility for their actions? Do they learn from mistakes? Can they work well with others? Will they fit into our workplace culture? Every answer you give contributes to the overall impression you leave. That's why consistency matters. A confident answer to one question cannot compensate for poor communication or a negative attitude throughout the interview. Remember, employers don't only hire qualifications, they hire people they believe can succeed within their organization. Interview. Tip. Before your interview, research the organization thoroughly. Learn about their mission, their values, their products or services, recent achievements, their workplace culture. Candidates who understand the organization often give stronger, more relevant answers and demonstrate genuine interest in the role. End of Part 3. Transition to Part 4. We've now covered 9 of the most common HR interview questions. In the final part of this masterclass, we'll discuss one of the most overlooked but most important questions. Do you have any questions for us? You'll also learn the final HR insider advice that can help you leave a lasting positive impression, followed by the WLIA professional tip and key takeaways to help you prepare confidently for your next interview. Question 10. Do you have any questions for us? Many candidates think the interview is over when they hear this question. In reality, your answer can leave a lasting final impression. This is your opportunity to demonstrate curiosity, professionalism, and genuine interest in the role. Why HR asks this question interviewers want to know. Are you genuinely interested in the organization? Have you prepared for the interview? Do you think critically before making career decisions? Are you evaluating whether the role is the right fit for you? Remember, interviews are a two-way conversation. While the employer is assessing you, you should also be assessing whether the organization aligns with your career goals and values. Good questions to ask. Here are some professional questions you can ask. What does success look like in this role during the first 6 months? What are the biggest challenges the successful candidate is likely to face? How would you describe your organization's culture? What opportunities are available for learning and professional development? What are the next steps in the recruitment process? These questions show that you're thinking beyond simply getting the job, you want to succeed in it. Common mistakes: avoid saying, "No, I don't have any questions." Even one thoughtful question demonstrates preparation and genuine interest. Also avoid asking about salary, leave, or benefits too early unless the interviewer introduces those topics, or you're in the final stages of the recruitment process. Final HR insider perspective. Here's one of the biggest misconceptions about interviews. Many candidates believe employers hire the person who gives the perfect answers. In reality, interviewers are looking for candidates who demonstrate competence, professionalism, honesty, and potential. No candidate answers every question perfectly. What matters is whether you communicate clearly, provide relevant examples, remain authentic, and show a willingness to learn. From an HR perspective, candidates who prepare thoroughly, listen carefully, answer confidently, and maintain a positive attitude consistently stand out. Remember, every interview is also a learning opportunity. Even if you don't receive an offer, the experience helps you improve for the next opportunity. Interview tip. Before every interview, prepare these 5 things. Research the organization. Understand the job description. Practice your answers aloud. Prepare examples using the STAR method. Dress professionally and arrive early. Preparation builds confidence, and confidence improves performance. Key takeaways. Let's quickly recap the most important lessons from today's masterclass. 1. Understand why interviewers ask each question. 2. Structure your answers clearly and professionally. 3. Support your answers with real examples whenever possible. 4. Avoid common interview mistakes. 5. Research the organization before the interview. 6. Remember that communication, attitude, and professionalism matter just as much as technical skills. The more you prepare, the more confident you'll become. And confidence is one of the qualities interviewers notice immediately. WLIA professional tip. Every interview is an opportunity to demonstrate your value, not just to answer questions. Employers are looking for people who can solve problems, work well with others, and continue learning. Preparation, professionalism, and authenticity will always give you an advantage. Which interview question do you find the most difficult to answer, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience may help someone else preparing for an interview. If you found this masterclass helpful, follow WLIA for practical workplace HR leadership and career insights. Share this video with someone preparing for an interview, and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode in our HR interview masterclass series.